Okay, so we have news. It's okay. It's okay. The Jays did not win Game 6. There will be a Game 7. It was the bottom of the ninth. They had a moment. There were second and third. There was a chance. No outs. What happened, Devin?
It didn't happen, Adrienne. Everybody talks about the best two words in sports, Game 7. We won't talk about that with the Jays fans tonight, but listen, it didn't go the way the Jays wanted to. They had a chance. Like you said, runners on second and third, nobody out. Ernie Clement up to bat, pop fly. Now everybody's going, uh-oh. Then Jimenez hits a fly ball. Addison Barger on second base. He's trying to be aggressive. Gets
because
caught.
That's who they are,
Because
the Blue Jays.
That's who they are. Gets caught, double play, it's over. And it's a bit of a shocking, abrupt end because there was so much hype, so much, maybe this is a moment, and now everybody has to go home, reset. I'll tell you one team, one group of men who aren't going to panic, the Toronto Blue Jays. So many times, Adrienne, throughout this playoff run, people have counted them out. It would only seem fitting that this would go to a Game 7. And let me tell you, if at the beginning of the year, you told Toronto Blue Jays fans they would have one game for it all, I think they'd take it.
So just to set the scene a little bit for people at home, the stadium behind us here, Rogers Centre, packed. Down the street, really, Scotiabank Arena, where, normally
Packed.
hockey,
Right.
It is also packed with a watch party. Nathan Phillips Square, it is packed with a watch party. Mississauga, Markham, Newmarket, out of the Aga Khan Museum, packed. Street parties everywhere. This is a city that was ready, but it's a city that owes the Jays thank you for a great October. It's not over yet. Game 7, Magic Game 7, all that. But the city still has been lifted big time.
Yeah, I think it's brought you're talking about watch parties in the GTA,
Yeah.
watch parties across this country here tonight, people ready to celebrate. I'll tell you what, it's Halloween. There's going to be a lot of stress eating and a lot of candy.
Yeah,
so
already.
that works out well. It has been so exciting throughout this season. And like I said a second ago, Adrienne, people said they can't beat the New York Yankees. Aaron Judge hits that home run off the foul pole. It feels like everything's going against the Blue Jays. They go into the bullpen game and they pull it off. Then surely they can't beat the Seattle Mariners down 2-0. They come all the way back and force a Game 7. There's another Game 7. They play 162 games, and the Blue Jays are in the right to home field advantage in the most meaningful game of the year. They were the best team at home in Major League Baseball. I think it is a dream scenario.
This is why you're the hype man. All right, thank you, Devin. We're going to send it over to Eli Glasser, who spent the night watching with fans. Not the outcome they were hoping for, but Jays fans are a hardy lot, Eli.
They're a hardy lot. They've been through a lot. This is drama with a capital D. Everyone has seats here in this Toronto bar. They were on their feet for the 8th and the 9th inning. Gonna bring in Kyle, my friend. So Kyle,
appreciate it.
I looked over and you looked like you were emotional. I don't want to read into it, but it looked like it was a moment for you.
No, I really believe the Jays had this one. Look, you look at the pitching side of this game, Gosman had a great game. He had 8-9 strikeouts. All of our relievers had a great game. The bats looked good. We had a couple good chances, and I mean, you look at the bottom of the ninth, you've got two guys on, second and third, 3 outs there in a row. I mean, look, we have a great chance in Game 7. I really believe we'll take this home tomorrow. And so I think we just got to keep our heads up.
We're just a couple runs away, and there was a moment where the air in this bar changed.
It was really tough. I mean, I believed for a second. It's hard. This is a team that, look, we were not really looking like we weren't going to make this World Series. You look a couple months back, 3-4 months back, this was a team that was not in the first in the AL. And then they made their way back. They fought through every single series. We beat the Mariners in Game 7. We're here. We're not going to take this game to Game 7. This is not a team that's supposed to be here. And so I really believe that is the team you have to get behind. The whole city's behind them. And so I'm hoping for big things in Game 7. I think Max Scherzer is going to have a great game. I think the Bats are going to have a great game. And I think
we know
we'll
the
take it
Jays,
home.
when it's do or die, when they have
100%.
to perform.
100%. You saw what happened last game in Game 7. George Springer, King of Toronto, he hit a home run, 3-run home run. I think we're going to have somebody have a big performance tomorrow, and we're going to see great things.
Really, this was the plan. This was the plan all along.
It was all in touch.
All right.
They just wanted to sell some tickets and
exactly.
make it trustworthy.
We're trying to help the economy.
They wanted to help the economy out and bring it to Game 7, but I got no worries. I think we're going to have a great game tomorrow.
We'll check
Thank
in
you so
tomorrow.
much.
Thank you. That's Kyle. This is Toronto. We're working through it. And Game 7, as it was always foretold. And we'll see if they continue that tradition of coming from behind when their backs are against the wall.
Hey, Eli, thank you. We're in the land of crowds and car alarms, and it's just Toronto on a Friday night, Halloween Game 6 World Series. Let's head over to somewhere else that's noisy. Thomas Daigle is right outside the Rogers Centre as well. How you doing, Thomas?
Hey, Adrienne. Blue Jays fans leaving the stadium this evening with a mix of looks on their faces, some long faces. Some people just sort of resigned to the fact that this was always going to go to a Game 7, the fact that the Blue Jays went 162 games before clinching the AL East division, the fact that they were the comeback kings of the major leagues in this past regular season, the fact that the American League Championship Series went 7 games. Of course, the World Series was going to go 7 games. And you know, Adrienne, Major League Baseball's postseason has a funny way of creating these wacky and bizarre moments. And that bottom of the ninth was both wacky and bizarre, with Addison Barger driving one out to the outfield, the ball getting lodged under the wall by the warning track. 2 base runners come and cross home plate. Some in the crowd, most in the crowd, I would say, thought that the game was tied at 3. After review, it was called a lodged ball. The base runners had to go back. Anyway, 3-1 the final score here. It's worth underlining, which is why there will be a Game 7 on Saturday.
Okay, Thomas Daigle, thank you very much. So we are not people to dwell on what has happened. Let's talk about what is coming, Devin. What do we need to watch for tomorrow? Even if you're a bandwagon fan or a lifelong Jays fan, what are you looking for tomorrow?
I'm looking for a bounce back from the Blue Jays. Like I said, every time they have faced adversity throughout this postseason, they go into LA, they lose a heartbreaker in 18 innings, and everybody's going, it was a great run. But what did they do? They rallied. They won 2 or 3 in LA. They brought it back here. So they're going to be resilient.
Right.
They've all talked about being built for this moment. I think it's thrilling that 41-year-old Max Scherzer, we know he's already been named the starter for the Blue Jays. This is a guy, he's won 2 World Series. He's thrown 2 perfect games, 3 times the Cy Young Award winner. He's going to be unfazed by this big moment. I think what we've seen from the Blue Jays throughout this playoff run that started 27 days ago, and now it's going to stretch into November, is that they have grown together. Their friendship, their heartbreak, and then their bounce back has forged this bond that has led them to the biggest moment in sports. So I expect them to come out ready to meet the moment once again. This crowd of 43,000 here and millions across this country are going to be ready to go. And don't discount that, Adrienne, because they have talked about how home field advantage has been crucial. It has rallied them. It has picked them up.
Yep.
Of course, they're taking on the defending World Series champions. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And now it's a 1-game showdown for baseball's greatest prize.
Okay, well, I know where you will be tomorrow.
Yes.
I know where I will be.
Right here.
All right, we will see you then. All right.
Awesome.
So once again, as you quite clearly, the Blue Jays did not win Game 6 of the World Series. There will be a Game 7. That's the good news. It is tomorrow, Saturday night. It begins at 8 o'clock. We will be right here, and we'll be back with more news right after the break.